Did you know that on December 12th, 2023, you might witness a cosmic dance between an asteroid and a star? That's right. On that night, a large rock named 319 Leona will pass in front of a bright star named Betelgeuse and block its light for a few seconds. This is called an occultation, and it is a rare and valuable opportunity to study both objects in detail.
Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a Trumpet for My People. Today is December 8th, 2023, and I want to talk to you today about this occultation that is taking place of Betelgeuse by the asteroid 319 Leona. This was brought to my attention by your Mari Dickinson. She made a comment under one of my recent videos as I was pointing to, actually, I think it was this video here, Jesus in the Midst of Hanukkah, December 11th through 13th. I think it was this video, but on one of my recent videos, she made a comment about this, the prophetic significance of this event that's taking place on December 12th. And then there's this other video here, and I think it's a mirror, might be a mirror of portion of her video, but it's called Betelgeuse Asteroid Occultation, the Trumpet, and the End of COP28, December 12th. So I wanted to look into this because this is an extremely rare event, and it's happening on December 12th. It's the last day of the COP28 event. It's midweek Hanukkah. It's the day that I received my sign in 2012. And actually, midweek Hanukkah really does line up this year with the way it did in 2012. December 12th being the midweek day. If we really look at Hanukkah starting on December 8th based on the new moon. So December 12th is a very important day that a lot of people are watching because of the COP28 event. And so what does this have to do with anything? And we do know that in the Bible, there will be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And so this could mark a very important day. There's a lot of information that I see with this, and I want to share this with you. So this is an article by Virtual Telescope, the extremely rare Betelgeuse occultation by Asteroid 319 Leona. And they're going to be filming this the next 12 December. The sky will offer us a rare event, the occultation of the very bright star Betelgeuse by the asteroid 319 Leona. Okay. Now, the first thing, if we look into, asteroid Leona, before we look at the actual star Betelgeuse, I saw some things here that I wanted to take a look at. The star that's actually bringing forth this occultation, 319 Leona. Number one, we have the name Lion. Okay, Lion, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. That's one thing. The next thing we have is this number 319, which reveals some very important information. And then we also have this number here, 2,300 days. Okay, 2,300 days. Very important biblical number. The orbit period of this asteroid is 2,300 days. Okay, let me show you why this number is important. Let's take a look at this, and I want to show you where we are today in relation to this number. Okay, this is Daniel 8. And in verse 13 and 14, it says, "Then I heard a holy one speaking, and another holy one said to that certain one who was speaking, 'How long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the transgression of desolation, the giving of both the sanctuary and the host to be trampled underfoot?' And he said to me, 'For 2,300 days. then the sanctuary shall be cleansed. Okay. This really got my attention because I had seen something previous that connects us with where we are now in Hanukkah to the 2,300 days. Very interesting connection, but all of this is a biblical number, and it's talking about the end. How long will the vision be concerning the daily sacrifices and the transgression of desolation? And then at the end of the 2,300 days, the end will come. So as we have been watching December 8th, I had seen this detail previous. Today, the beginning of Hanukkah is 2,300 days from the Great American Eclipse of August 21st, 2017. What an amazing time we have been living in, from this great warning that God gave over America, knowing that in 7 years there's going to be another Great American Eclipse and a great X across the whole country, and a sign of judgment that is coming, a clear sign of judgment that is coming with this huge X going across America, and the middle location of that being Little Egypt, Carbondale, Illinois, if you cross the two eclipses. And what an amazing time. And so August 21st set in motion something that is really bringing forth the judgment of America. And we know that it's coming, it's going to be coming to an end very soon. So now we're coming up on the 2,300 days, and it's today. Today is the 2,300 days, and today is the beginning of Hanukkah. Well, 4 more days to December 12th, we have this orbit period of this asteroid that is 2,300 days. And so this also connects us, and it brings us right to December 12th. Okay, so that's the first thing I see, this 2,300 days. But before we move on, I want to look at this number 319. Okay, so I'll leave all of these links for you in the description box. If you want to look more into all of this, you can. But I want to look now at this number 319. Okay, now listen. Leona is a lion, all right? This was named, the person who found it named it after his wife. His wife's name was Leona. Okay, but Leona means lion. All right, now listen to 319 and what this means, and we're going to apply this to lion 319. In the Hebrew, 319 means the after part or the end. The first usage of this is in Genesis 49:1. That which shall befall you in the last days. So if we look at Genesis chapter 49, we're going to see that these were Jacob's last words to his son, to his sons. Jacob called his sons and said, "Gather together that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days." The last days. This is the word used here, 319. Okay. 319, Leona. 61 occurrences of this word. And we can go through this will show all of the occurrences. What shall befall you in the last days? Let my last end be like his. To thy people in the latter days. Of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish. Latter days, latter end, even unto the end, you in the latter days, okay? Goes on, and this is the usage of this. The very end, the latter days, the very end, thy latter end the latter end of Job, for the end of that man. I understood their end. Let his posterity be cut off. It goes on and on. Where else is this used? In Isaiah, it shall come to pass in the last days. And know the latter end of them, or declaring the end from the beginning. Declaring the end from the beginning. This is 319. The after part, the end, 319 Leona, declaring the end from the beginning. What will you do in the end thereof? Jeremiah, Jeremiah, Jeremiah. Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel. Behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. Daniel chapter 8, this is what we just saw. We just saw Daniel chapter 8, the 2300 days of Daniel. In Daniel chapter 8, it's the same word being used in the same chapter. 319 Leona. And 319 Leona has a orbit period of 2300 days. And I really wanted to see the end of Daniel. Daniel chapter 12, the exact word is used right here in Daniel chapter 12. Let's go to Daniel chapter 12 and take a look at what it says here. Okay, so we're going to take a look at Daniel chapter 12. We're going to read from verse 1, but in verse 8, what shall be the end of these things? And this is the word 319. This is the number 319, just like this asteroid, Leona, 319 Leona. At that time, Michael shall stand up, the great prince who stands watch over the sons of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time. And at that time your people shall be delivered, every one who is found written in the book. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Wow. Okay, so we have a reference to stars here. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament. Those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Then I, Daniel, looked, and there stood two others, one on this river bank and the other on that river bank. And one said to the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, How long shall the fulfillment of these wonders be? Then I heard the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand to heaven, and swore by him who lives forever, that it shall be for a time, times, and half a time, and when the power of the holy people has been completely shattered, all these things shall be finished. Although I heard, I did not understand. Then I said, My Lord, what shall be the end of these things? This is the word 319. What shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Many shall be purified, made white, and refined, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice is taken away, and the abomination of desolation is set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he who waits and comes to the 1,335 days. As soon as it says, what shall the end of these things be? it goes right into telling Daniel, go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Then it talks about the coming tribulation. Many shall be purified, made white and refined. The wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And then it talks about from the daily sacrifice that was taken away, and the abomination of desolation that was set up, there should be 1,290 days. Blessed is he who waits and comes to the 1,335 days. Just as December 8th, 2023 is 2,300 days from the Great American Eclipse, and the orbit period of 319 Leona is 2,300 days. This also connects us with Daniel chapter 12. What shall be the end of these things? And then God says, Daniel, seal up the book. And it goes on to talk about the 1,290 and the 1,335 days. And we have from Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day, April 12th, 2020, when they set up the abomination on March 11th of 2020, and 30 days later, they closed all the churches and they canceled the sacrifices. Okay, from Resurrection Sunday to December 8th, today is 1,335 days. From Pentecost, Shavuot of 2020, May 28th, it is 1,290 days. So we have all of these numbers connecting us to Hanukkah of where we are now today, and asteroid Leona 319, the end, is leading us to December 12th, midweek Hanukkah. So we have this extremely rare Betelgeuse occultation, asteroid 319 Leona. 2,300 days. Number 319 means the after part, the end, and you can look more into this if you want to see all the meanings of this and all the uses, but it's really about the end days. What shall befall you in the last days? Okay, it leads us right to knowing the end from the beginning and so many other things connected to this. Now, let us take a look at 319, but we're going to look at it in the Greek. Now, there is only one usage of 319 in the Greek, and it's in Acts 7:13. To be made known or to make oneself known. To be made known, make oneself known. I recognize, pass. I am made known. Cause myself to be recognized. If we read this paragraph to understand the context of what is being said from Acts 7, starting in verse 9, and the patriarchs, becoming envious, sold Joseph into Egypt, but God was with him and delivered him out of all his troubles and gave him favor and wisdom in the presence of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he made him governor over Egypt and all his house. Now a famine and great trouble came over all the land of Egypt and Canaan, and our fathers found no sustenance. Again, all of this is connecting us to the time of tribulation that is coming. Daniel 12. Here, even in the book of Acts, it's talking about the famine and the 7-year famine that was in the time of Egypt. This is connecting us right back to the same thought, the same theme, right? And now a famine and great trouble came over all the land of Egypt and Canaan, and all our fathers found no sustenance, and our fathers found no sustenance. But when Jacob heard that there was grain in Egypt, he sent out our fathers first. And the second time Joseph was made known to his brothers, And Joseph's family became known to the Pharaoh. Okay, Joseph had been the leader in Egypt for quite a time, and the first time that his brothers came, he did not make himself known, but it was the second time, and now Joseph made himself known to his brothers. The second coming of Jesus Christ, the second coming of 319, to make yourself known, okay, to make yourself known, Leona, the lion making himself known, right here in the meaning of 319, to be made known, to make oneself known, to cause myself to be recognized. The second coming of Jesus Christ, the second time that the second time his brothers came to him, he made himself known, and Joseph's family became known to Pharaoh. Then Joseph sent and called his father Jacob and his relatives to him, 75 people, 75 years from the rebirth of Israel, 75 people, 1948 plus 75, 2023. So Jacob went down to Egypt and he died, he and our fathers, and they were carried back to Shechem and laid in the tomb that Abraham brought for a sum of money from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem. Okay, and so this word here is the second time Joseph made known to his brothers. He was made known to his brothers. To be made known, make oneself known, cause myself to be recognized. 319 Leona. Okay, so as I said, this information was brought to my attention by Yormari Dickinson. Thank you, Sister Yormari. Very important information. I think we have serious information coming in with this 319 Leona. Is this the revealing of the lion? Midweek Hanukkah, December 12th, the occultation of Betelgeuse, and then it's the end of the COP 28. And we have been pointing to Hanukkah over the last weeks, especially since the lunar eclipse of October 28th, when we saw it was 40 days from that eclipse. We saw so many things, and then it's connected to the second shaking of Haggai chapter 2, may lead us to the exact day of December 8th, December 9th, 24th day of the 9th month, or it may lead us to this final week of Hanukkah. And so we're watching this whole week of Hanukkah, anywhere from December 8th through December 17th. Okay, I've got all of these videos that we have been pointing to Hanukkah. And the last few videos have been very, very important. Jesus in the midst of Hanukkah. And an overview of all the signs that we have seen here. Hanukkah Rapture, December 8th through 17th. Okay, so I'll leave links for you in the description box of my most important videos. And I pray you are all blessed today with this information. The extremely rare Betelgeuse occultation by Asteroid 319 Leona, December 12th, 2023. I pray you're blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.